Oh, yeah.
Everyone, Dr.Dollz. Starting over again. Here we got two skulls, and this one here is a Gemmy. It is more of a Halloween prop than a motionette. What I consider a motionette. It's a prop. And let's turn the switch on. I don't know what... It's motion activated, and you can press the button right here on the front. As you can see, the snake pops out of the eye over here. It doesn't have lights and it doesn't talk. And it just sets, you know, like a skull. You can press the button right there, make them work. Okay, and then your battery compartment's back there. It's just flattened off in the back. And it's got like moss around the eyes, because, you know, when you sit outside and your skull, you always get moss around the eyes. Yeah, so there's a snake up inside there. It used to scare the crap out of my grandson when he was little, and I'd turn this on, that snake would pop out, and he would jump, you know. Now he would eat the snake and crush the skull, but that's another story. So let's get this Gemmy working one more time. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about this, you know. So I'll just set this here. This is a Gemmy, and I'll let it go at that. This, however, is not a Gemmy according to the tag on the bottom. It says 207, it just says Take One, Phoenix, Arizona, and made in China like all these are. This has a real long cord. You can see a real long cord. It's got several little buttons on the side here. I got it out of the space. Buttons on the side to adjust. You talk through the bone mic, okay, and you can adjust the frequencies of your voice and stuff, and the skull will talk for you. So let's get that back in the base. I can't see well with the sunglasses on, and the light's not as bright as I normally have them. Let's turn on the main switch. Okay, that was feedback. All right. See, it's kind of feeding back right now. Okay. It normally talks better than that. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Anyway, my grandson, when he was little, he used to play with this, and for some reason, it's like having feedback issues. I don't know why, but my grandson would play with this, and he realized at a young age that if he cussed into the mic, the skeleton would cuss too, and he thought that was the coolest thing. So when he was like 4 or 5 years old, he would cuss into the microphone, and the skeleton would actually cuss. It was like the coolest thing. He thought he was really getting away with murder, making the skeleton cuss, you know. But as you can see, feedback problems. You can see the eyes light up, and I'm trying to get away from it far enough to where it doesn't feed back, but it responds real well. And you know, let me change frequencies here. Hello. I can change it a lot. See, it went up a little higher, and I sound weird. Yeah, so it does work good, and it didn't cost that much. It really didn't cost that much. Let me turn this off. And yeah, I get the long cord, and you hide this somewhere, and you talk through it, and you call people bad things. And like I said, I thought it was a Gemmy. I thought it was a Gemmy, and I don't have the boxes for these. You know, back when I bought these, you know, it was way before YouTube ever was, you know, up where I was thinking about doing a YouTube show. I was just buying things to be buying them, and but it doesn't say this is a Gemmy, even though it probably came from the same place in China that made this. Who knows? Who knows? I'm not there, you know. But both cool Halloween props, skull props, and I know for the Gemmy fans, you know, it's always good to have a Gemmy on the show. It gets watched a little bit more, but this is still cool anyway. Whoever made this, whatever Chinese hands made these, could have been the same exact Chinese hands. You just don't know. But this is cool, and it works good, and my grandson always liked both of these in a way, in one way or another. And the fact that this can still work after what? It's 9 years old, yeah, 9 years old, and it's been used quite a bit. And you know, it's got the real super long cord, so I'm surprised it hasn't got pulled out or anything, because my grandson played with it all the time. So yeah, so I've got the 2 skulls, and I don't know where else to go. I'm trying not to make my shows last any longer than they have to, because some of my shows just last too long. So for Dr. Dollz and 2 skulls, 3 skulls, mine still got skin on it so far. There will be a day though that I will look probably like these. Now I hope it's quite some time off, but yeah, I will probably look like, I don't know. I don't have a long headlight. This Gemmy one seems to, see how the headlight protrudes in the back? It's almost like it's an alien skull, you know, instead of a regular. Like this one looks a little more regular, but that one's like, you know, and I know it has to do with the battery compartment and the fact that it helps it set up, you know. But it still looks a little alien-ish because the skull's so long. So for Dr. Dollz, I don't have any, I'm not going to add any news, any questions, anything like that. Check out Horror Gal if you can, and tell her to say hey to Dr. Dollz. That always says hey to her. Hey, Horror Gal. And I'll see you next time. It's Friday today, so hopefully I'll get some shows in. I want to do a Mother's Day show on Sunday, but I can't come up with a good idea, you know what I mean? And then my niece suggested that I do a Friday the 13th show next week, and I don't want to do a run-of-the-mill. I don't want to do anything to do with, you know, what everybody goes to, the cliche of going to anything to do with the movies of Friday the 13th. I want to go the opposite somehow, you know. So just wait for it, okay, and see if I come up with something clever on that. Now Mother's Day, it's almost like too short of a notice. I just didn't think about it till just now, till today, this morning, and it's, you know, I got 2 days, and it's like, I don't know about that. But I was gonna do no, I wasn't even gonna do that. Because I went and seen the Mother's Day, the horror movie Mother's Day years ago. That's effed up, okay. I'm not even going to discuss that movie. I don't like that movie. I went and paid money to see that movie, and I'm not going to discuss that movie because I didn't like it. I don't like a lot of the horror movies, though. So anyway, yeah, I'm not going to pretend. Not for the show. No. So YouTube's #1 non-spooky spook show, the Dr. Dollz Spook Show. Thanks for watching.